So what if I told you that getting ready for a disaster doesn't have to be this huge, scary project? Today, we're going to dive into some incredibly simple, super practical hacks straight from Japan. These are all designed to keep you safe when things go sideways. And look, this isn't about being a doomsday prepper. This is just real-world wisdom stuff that actually works.
And I need to be really upfront with you about why this is so personal for me. I'm not just talking about this from a distance. I lived through it. I was there during the 2016 Kumamoto Earthquake. And honestly, that experience, it's the foundation for every single thing we're going to talk about today. This isn't theory. This is wisdom I had to learn the hard way. Okay, so the whole secret to Japanese disaster prep really comes down to this one powerful idea. They call it an extension of daily life. I want you to just forget the idea of some massive, overwhelming project. That's not what this is about. The goal is to just weave these little bits of preparedness right into your daily habits, Make it easy, make it something you can actually stick with, and way, way less scary. All right, so let's get into it. We're going to start where it matters most, right inside your home. We'll look at two things, your supplies and how to make your space safer. So here's the classic problem, right? We've all thought about this. How do you actually stock emergency food? Without it all expiring or costing a fortune? You go out, buy a bunch of stuff, shove it in the back of a closet, and then 5 years later you find it and it's all expired. It's so frustrating. But you know what? There is a much, much smarter way to do this. And here it is. It's a genius concept called the rolling stock method. And the key is, it's not about buying special emergency food. It's just about managing the food you already eat, your regular pantry, but with a little more purpose. Seriously, this one little shift in how you think, it changes everything. So check out how simple this is. Step 1, when you go to the grocery store, just buy a little bit extra of the stuff you already use. Canned goods, pasta, rice, whatever. Step 2, when it's time to cook, just make a habit of grabbing the oldest one first. And then step 3, and this is the part that makes it all work. As soon as you use something, you put it right back on your shopping list, so you're always restocking. It's like having a living, breathing pantry that's always ready. And if you're wondering what this looks like in real life, well, here's my personal proof. I always, and I mean always, have about 10 boxes of this instant bon curry, the medium hot kind of course, in my pantry. Why? Simple. I actually eat it. It's great for a lazy Tuesday night, but it's also perfect for an emergency. It's a habit. I'm literally always prepared, and I don't even have to think about it. Okay, let's shift gears now to the actual moments right after a disaster hits. We always think about getting out, evacuating to a shelter, but in Japan, there's this really important concept called zero-level evacuation. It's all about the first critical things you do to stay safe inside your home. And this is where I learned a really, really hard lesson. So back during the Kumamoto earthquake, I hadn't secured my furniture. I just hadn't gotten around to it. And when the shaking started, a huge cupboard and my fridge just toppled over. They completely blocked my only way out. I was okay from the shaking itself, but I was trapped. It was absolutely terrifying. My solution now is so simple, and it's cheap. They're called tsuppari bo. They're basically just tension rods. You use them to brace tall furniture against the ceiling. It's such a small fix, but it can literally save your life by making sure you can get out. Okay, so your home is more secure, but the next resource, the next critical thing you need, isn't physical at all. It's information. And knowing how to get it and how to use it, well, that's a modern survival skill for sure. And this really shows you the reality of a modern disaster. The second the earthquake hit, the phone lines were just jammed. Instantly. Completely and utterly useless. You couldn't call anyone. The only way to communicate, the only way to check on your family and let people know you were okay was social media. It wasn't a fun distraction. It was the critical lifeline. But that lifeline has a really dark side, and I'm not kidding here, this actually happened. A fake tweet started going around, saying that lions had escaped from the local zoo. And it went viral. Imagine that. In a city that's already terrified, that rumor caused absolute panic. It just goes to show you, spreading false information during a crisis isn't just a bad idea, it's legitimately dangerous. So, what's the takeaway? You need a plan, a really simple one, and you need it before anything happens. Seriously, don't wait. Talk to your family tonight. Just pick one app, just one, that you're all going to use. Agree on a super simple check-in message, something like, I'm safe. Maybe even decide on a rough time you'll try to post. I'm telling you, this 5-minute chat can save you from so much panic and worry. All right, we've talked about food, shelter, information, but the most powerful survival tool, it's not a thing at all. It's us, it's each other. The real strength, the secret sauce of Japanese disaster resilience, it isn't in some fancy piece of gear. It's in the community. It's in the spirit of helping each other out.
This is a memory I will never, ever forget. I was at a shelter, just completely exhausted and scared, and someone handed me a bowl of tanjiru. It's this hot pork and vegetable miso soup, and it was made in a big communal pot for everyone. And the warmth of that soup in my hands, it was such a powerful, stark contrast to the cold, awful feeling of everything else that was happening.
And I'm telling you, it was so much more than just food. That communal cooking, they call it takidashi, it does something incredible. It creates this space where people can just come together, to talk, to share what they've been through. It's that moment of connection that delivers the most important message you can possibly hear in a crisis. You are not alone. It's absolutely vital for your spirit, for your mental health. Now, we all know that in a lot of places, when a major disaster hits, you can get these awful, selfish acts. Looting, theft. Well, in Japan, they actually have a specific word for this. It's kajiba dorobu, which basically means a disaster site thief. But here's the thing, it is incredibly rare in Japan, and you have to ask, why? It really comes down to this powerful mindset that everyone here is a victim, and so everyone has to cooperate. That spirit of mutual assistance is the ultimate defense against chaos, because when you stop seeing the people around you as strangers and start seeing them as your neighbors all going through the same thing, you help, you don't harm. So we've covered a lot, right? From stocking your pantry to the power of simply being there for each other. And it all boils down to this one idea. Being prepared is about your daily peace of mind. It's not about some giant, scary project. So let's make this real. Let's talk about 2 super simple things you can do, like today. Okay, first step, start your rolling stock. I mean it. Next time you're at the store this week, just buy 1 extra of something you love. That's it. Boom, you've started. Step 2, have that 5-minute talk with your family tonight, the social media safety plan. It's that easy, just 2 tiny steps that make a massive difference. Because at the end of the day, safety isn't some destination you arrive at. It's a practice, right? It's just a bunch of small, smart choices that add up over time and make you more resilient. So, I'll leave you with this question to chew on. What's the one small thing you're going to do this week to make yourself and your family just a little bit safer?